Hi, and welcome back to another week of Writer's Dream Coach. I'm Frauke Möbius, German coach and therapist, also author and EFT practitioner, and I want to teach you how to use EFT to write more easily, to overcome your limiting beliefs and blocks, and that's why I'm doing these videos. Today, I want to talk about a situation that is rather frustrating to authors at times. Personally, I have to say I love it, but of course, it can cause a lot of trouble. I'm talking about characters misbehaving when you're writing a story. Now, this at first sounds rather ridiculous because these characters are, of course, our own invention. We create them, we stick them into a story, we give them hell, and then they suddenly turn around and do something that we had not planned. Of course, this doesn't happen if you are a full plotter and you just plot out every detail and then sit down and write everything. But I think you're missing out something if you do that. I use a mixture of plotting and pantsing. I need the sense of discovery in order to be able to actually write a story. That's just me. That's how it works. But because I do this, because I leave these options open, I don't necessarily have a determined roadmap on how to get from plot point C to plot point D. Stuff that happens in between is kind of in the flow. And I have had it happen. I mean, the biggest thing that happened to me was actually that the villain of book one completely turned around in book three. I'm not going to tell you more about the details because I don't want to spoil that series, but that absolutely happened. And of course, I ended up, I was writing this. It was heart-wrenching. It was emotional. It was intense. And I'm keeping it. But I suddenly ended up without a major antagonist in the whole book. So that totally challenged me to rethink the plot, to delve deeper into the society that I was creating, to take a closer look at how everything works, how the government works in that society, how this whole system functions. And that was quite a challenge, and that was satisfying to actually do that. Which is, I'm telling you this story because this is basically how you handle when that happens. When a character turns around and does something unexpected and kind of messes up your story, that is frustrating. At first, it's highly annoying because you have plans for the story, and it's even worse if you're working on a deadline, if you have a release date set, if you have a launch plan. Because we indie authors do that. We need to work in these systems, and sometimes we have really tight deadlines, and you can't really waste a lot of time bringing a character back into line. And on the other hand, I believe that when these things happen, when a character acts out, steps out of line, does something unexpected, and kind of throws your whole story out of alignment, that happens for a reason. And I like doing this. It's like taking um, taking an action, taking a situation, and stepping back and taking a look from further behind the scene, taking a look at what's happening through some emotional and theoretical distance. Uh, you can call it dissociation if you want to. That's a technical therapeutic top term. Sorry. But it works. So what I think is what happens when a character does that, probably works for almost every kind of block you can experience writing a story. But if a character acts out of line, throws your story off the rail, it's a sign that you could do better. than what you had planned. It's a sign by your writing brain, by your inner storyteller, by your subconscious, if you want to call it that, by your muse, whatever. It's a sign that there is something in the story that's not working. And it's a sign that it's worth taking a good look at what you are creating there, at the world you're creating, at the relationships you're creating, at the plot, tension, you know, all of these parts of the story. There's probably something that's flawed or something that could be better. And in this instance, it's the character telling you, your writing brain actually telling you through the character's unexpected actions that there is something to be tweaked, there's something to improve, that there might be a little challenge for you there to get even better as author and storyteller. And that's the reframe, that's the mindset shift that I want to encourage you to allow when something like that happens. When a story kind of runs into the wall, any way that happens, it's time to step back and take a good look. And actually, this is true for all of life. You know, if something in your life goes badly wrong, if you are having a project that kind of slams into something unexpected, that goes off the rails, that something, there's a monkey wrench in your plans, tap, use EFT to release the anger, the frustration, the surprise, the ugliness of the whole thing, and then take a deep breath. Because usually it's a signal something is going on that you can improve. Usually it's a sign to really take a close look, get there, check back in with yourself, with your inner knowing. That is how our subconscious works. If we don't listen to the first signals, because there might have been signals, but usually we would kind of ignore them, we run over them, especially if there's pressure. Then you have these bigger incidences that are basically warning signs, that are basically beacons calling for your attention. So if that happens, if you have a character act out, if you have a character refusing to play the role you gave them, if you have a character demand a different treatment, tap on the emotions, tap on the emotions this disruption causes for you, because it's annoying. Heck, I mean, these are our characters. How dare they? And yet, use it as a sign. And personally, I've come to love this. I love these moments. I really adore my characters. And if they go and turn the whole story upside down, I know there is a gold mine there. And I mean this. There's an absolute gold mine, and your subconscious is kind of hitting you over the head with a clue by four, telling you, look here, Madam Author. And that is your chance to spend a little time and get a lot better result. So listen to those characters, listen to those feelings, listen to what flows out of your fingertips when you write, because these twists tend to make a story more interesting and more better. And you know, if you didn't see it coming, how will your readers ever see it coming? So if that happens, character misbehaves, congratulate yourself. You have just been offered an opportunity to become a better author. Ain't that great? Go for it. If you have questions, if you want to contact me, there's a comment area below, which will be your email. There's my email below there. You can email me, and I like answering questions. And if you want to get better as a coach, sure, go ahead, become a coach. You want to get better as a writer. You want to be able to write more, to be faster, to write without resistance, to gain a steady 1K per day, possibly. Watch this space, sign up to my newsletter. You will get announcements of my classes, my coaching offers, and anything else that I'm creating right now. You will be in the loop. And I love having you because I care about writing. I care about making your life easier as an author. And I care that you're getting your stories out. This world needs stories. I'll see you next week. Have a great time. Write to your heart's delight. And I'll be back next Thursday. Bye.